Hey, what's going on, guys? Coach James here from Orange Theory Gresham out in Oregon, here to give you January 6th strength and endurance focused workout, Strong and Steady. This is a signature series workout, which means it's going to get repeated throughout the year. So for newer members, if they've never gone through this workout before, it might be more of a practice mentality setup, as it is going to be a bit more challenging than your standard Orange 60, whereas more seasoned members might be performing a bit more through their hour. So without delay, we'll dive right into our 3G setup. Now, you have 3 blocks across the treadmills as we open up the day. They're all 4 minutes long, and generally they're about the same, with a small variance as far as the challenge is concerned. They'll be taking on a 4-minute tread for distance, starting at 2%. Power walkers always have that or greater option at the beginning, and it's a distance challenge. So within that lighter incline and an endurance focus, we get to kind of push the limit on those more aggressive base or push intensities alongside our incline. So uncomfortability is going to set in a little fast. At the top of our countdown, you're going to instruct members to clear out their OT connects. That way they're zeroed out in distance, and then they're accumulate on that incline for that 4 minutes. Now, they're only going to have about 75 seconds in between their blocks to breathe it out. And as they move in and progress into the next, the incline is going to come down a little bit. So the challenge is going to be to match or beat that distance. There's always a nice balance as you adjust incline and intensity. So encourage your members to add that 0.1 or more, see if they can get just a little further than last time. As they move into that third block, you'll see a 3.5 minute tread as they wind themselves down to that 30-second all-out finisher. Now on the rowers, you're gonna see 3 blocks as well on that side. They're all gonna start generally the same with a 2 exercise buy-in, a bodyweight high knee as well as a twist hop. Reps are gonna start high in block 1, 40 total reps of each before they go into a row for distance. But as they progress through blocks 2 and 3, those reps will come down as they try to match or beat that distance. Again, 4-minute blocks in total, so time is the same, but we know that they're gonna get a little bit more tired as they move along, so challenging that distance is definitely gonna be key. Checking posture, hand position, and breath work is gonna be huge on our rowers today. With the weight floor side, the strong portion of this workout, they're gonna have a single movement in block number 1 with a work and rest opportunity, 4 rounds every 60 seconds as they collect their movements. Any time that remains after their 8 rep count of their initial exercise will be their recovery time. Now, going through those 4 rounds, they'll have that 4-minute block in total. And with 8 reps on those movements, we're looking for a slow emphasis on the exercise. So utilizing tempo to achieve a bit more muscle fibers in their workout. The 3 seconds is going to refer to the lowering portion, or the negative eccentric of the exercise, with a 1-second pause and a 1-second reset or concentric movement. That's a 5-second rep. So talking through your weight floor, not wanting to speed through our block, 5-second rep for 8 reps, about 40 seconds, and they'll have a full minute in that time. So recovery might be a little bit short. Encourage your members to start with something maybe lighter. Moving slower always makes things feel a little bit heavier. And if they can challenge themselves from round to round, by all means, grab that heavier weight for the next round and they'll move into it. Blocks number 2 and 3 will have the same setup as far as the 4 minutes. Every 60 seconds, they'll have their chance to move. Of course, the exercise will change across those blocks. Now, looking at the 2G side to move forward, things are going to be similar, but set up a little bit different. There is a run row here in the 2G, so make sure those cars are ready the day before and set out if you're running any 2G classes this weekend. That being said, the treadmills will have a 5-minute block. They still have 4 of them to get through with the challenge of matching or beating distances. The difference here is that they're gonna buy in with a row effort. So 350 meters in a push row just once before they transition to their treadmill, and they'll begin at 2.5% incline. So just a little bit above the 3G, but that time remaining, again, is them to accumulate distance, so things will be cleared out as they begin to move. Progressing, that 350 meter push row is always gonna start off the block, and then they'll move into their tread with a little less incline, trying to match or beat that distance. On the weight floor side, same setup as the 3G. You have 1 additional exercises, so 4 blocks, 4 movements, and you get a little bit more time with the same amount of work. So 8 reps is still our initial setup, but you have 75 seconds within the round versus the minute that you have inside of the 3G. So 2G classes have a little bit more opportunity to breathe between our movements, maybe even challenging those weight selections a bit further. As they move into their finisher at the very end, you'll notice that increasing intensity simply means moving slower or lifting just a little bit heavier with those final reps. At the end of that 4th round on the weight floor, I did not mention in the 3G as well, this is gonna be set up for both. At the end of round number 4, they'll move into a finishing exercise, a crossbody knee drive in that high plank position. They'll do that for time. So whereas rounds 1, 2, and 3, they'll recover as long as they have until the next round. By round 4, they're actually gonna continue that work until they reset into the next block. The transitions will be a little bit shorter, only a minute in between. So a lot of the communication today, team, is gonna be in that lobby intro, making sure that everyone is aware of how they're gonna get set up. So when you have that initial countdown to kick off that 350-meter row and moving to the treads, they'll only have 60 seconds to recover, come down to the row, and be ready for that next round as you demo that weight floor block and get them ready to set up as well. Have fun with your members. This is a great workout to push the limits, right? A lot of performance perhaps in the room, little incline, definitely pushing intensities, and always have a good heavy lift on the weight floor.